Hey, fellow plant lovers! Welcome back! The ideal balance of nutrients and drainage that lithops need to survive. A well-draining soil mix that ensures that excess water is quickly flushed away from the roots, preventing waterlogged conditions that can lead to root rot. Remember, it's better to underwater your lithops than to overwater them. If you're unsure about the quality of your soil mix, consider using a cactus or succulent mix that is specifically designed to meet the needs of arid-loving plants like lithops. Next on our list of mistakes is excessive fertilizing. While lithops can survive in low-nutrient environments, providing them with too much fertilizer can disrupt their natural growth cycle and lead to problems. Lithops are adapted to nutrient-poor soils in their native habitat, and they have evolved to efficiently utilize the limited nutrients available. Feeding them too much fertilizer can actually harm their delicate balance. Use a diluted, balanced fertilizer at quarter strength during their active growth period in fall and spring. However, refrain from fertilizing during their summer and winter dormancy. When fertilizing, ensure that the fertilizer is applied only to the soil and not directly on the lithops. Applying fertilizer to the leaves can cause burns and damage. If you notice signs of fertilizer burn such as brown or blackened leaf tips, discontinue fertilizing immediately and flush the soil with water to remove excess salts. Proper light exposure is vital for lithops, but some people make the mistake of exposing them to direct sunlight all day long. Lithops need plenty of bright light, but they should be protected from intense midday sun to prevent sunburn. They are best suited to receive sunlight during the morning and late afternoon. When grown indoors, place them near a south or west-facing window, but consider using a sheer curtain or providing shade during the hottest part of the day. Inadequate light can cause your lithops to stretch and become elongated, resulting in a weakened plant. If you notice your lithops stretching towards the light, it's an indication that they need more sunlight. If you live in an area with harsh, intense sunlight, consider providing some dappled shade or using a shade cloth to protect your lithops during the hottest hours of the day. Lithops follow a natural growth cycle that involves periods of active growth and dormancy. One common mistake is ignoring these seasonal changes and treating them like regular houseplants. During their dormant period in summer, lithops need less water and should not be fertilized. Allow them to rest and conserve energy for their active growth periods in fall and spring. In the summer, you might notice your lithops' leaves become slightly wrinkled. This is normal and indicates that they are entering their summer dormancy. Reduce watering during this time, but keep an eye on the leaves to ensure they don't become too shriveled. During their active growth periods, you'll notice new leaves emerging from the center of the plant. This is the time to provide them with adequate water and nutrients to support their growth. Transplanting lithops can be tricky, and many people make mistakes during this process. One common error is repotting them too frequently. Lithops are slow growers and do not require frequent repotting. Only repot them when they outgrow their containers or become root-bound. Be gentle during the repotting process to avoid damaging their delicate leaves. When repotting, examine the root system. If the roots are healthy and white, there's no need to trim them excessively. Keeping most of their existing roots intact will minimize transplant shock. Choose a new pot that is only slightly larger than the previous one to avoid excess moisture retention. Allow enough space for the lithops to grow and spread their roots comfortably. Finally, neglecting pest and disease control is a mistake that can have serious consequences for your lithops. While lithops are relatively resistant to pests and diseases, they are not immune. Regularly inspect your plants for signs of infestation, such as mealybugs or aphids, and treat them promptly with appropriate insecticidal soap or neem oil. Preventive measures such as keeping your growing area clean and avoiding overcrowding can help reduce the risk of pest infestations. Another overlooked aspect of caring for lithops is the presence of weeds in their containers. Weeds can compete with your lithops for water and nutrients, hindering their growth and overall health. Regularly inspect your pots and remove any weeds that may have sprouted. Use tweezers or a small gardening tool to carefully extract the weeds from the soil, being cautious not to disturb the lithops' roots. A weed-free environment will not only promote better growth for your lithops, but also enhance the overall aesthetics of your succulent display. Proper air circulation is crucial for lithops' health, but it's an aspect that is often overlooked. Poor air circulation can lead to a buildup of humidity around the plants, creating a favorable environment for fungal diseases. To ensure adequate air circulation, avoid overcrowding your lithops or placing them too close together. Leave enough space between individual plants to allow for good airflow. If you're growing lithops indoors, consider using a small fan on low setting to improve air circulation around the plants. This will help prevent fungal diseases and maintain a healthy growing environment. Lithops are known for their unique leaf shapes and patterns, and it can be tempting to trim or prune the leaves to make them look more aesthetically pleasing. However, pruning healthy leaves is not recommended, as this can disrupt the lithops' natural growth and damage the plant. Instead, embrace the individuality of each lithops and let their leaves develop naturally. Pruning should only be done to remove dead or dried up leaves, which is a normal part of their growth cycle. Gently remove any dead leaves at the base to maintain the plant's health and appearance. In colder climates, it's crucial to protect your lithops from freezing temperatures during the winter months. Lithops are not frost resistant, and prolonged exposure to freezing temperatures can be fatal. If you live in an area with cold waters, consider moving your lithops indoors or providing them with temporary protection during freezing temperatures. You can use frost cloth or place the plants in a cold frame in these techniques, incorrect propagation methods can lead to damage or death for both the parent plant and the propagated parts. If you're interested in propagating lithops, start by letting the offsets develop fully before attempting